The Red Wings managed to get a point in a 4-3 shootout loss against the Capitals. The game had an incredible amount of drama and action as Patrick Kane became the U.S.-born all-time points leader, and Alex DeBrincat scored 2 goals 48 seconds apart, including one of the craziest goals I've ever seen in my life. We were hoping for a win, but this was a really big point. This is your 7-Minute Wings. Welcome back to the Red Wings Report with Strings and Pucks. This is Jeremy Laura. Please click like. If you haven't yet, please click subscribe and share this out. Head over to hockeyhotstove.com where you can read my latest write-up and news and information and rumors about the other 31 teams in the league. Detroit's lost 2 games in a row for just the second time in 2 months, but the team managing to get a point in this one was huge. All of the teams around them in the standings won their games. With less than 30 games left in the season, there's still only 5 points separating the top 5 teams in the Atlantic. Detroit holds on to second place, but Buffalo, Montreal, and Boston all inched closer with wins last night, and Tampa Bay widened the gap to 2 points. I don't remember things being this tight this late in the season. The Red Wings have to find a way to bounce back, and we'll talk a lot more about that tomorrow. For now, I want to focus on an incredible comeback that gave Detroit an important point last night. This team continues to impress me with their fight and their resilience. Patrick Kane moved past Mike Modano to become the NHL's all-time U.S.-born points leader. Even that milestone had plenty of drama, as Kane initially thought he hit the mark on a goal that was waved off due to an offsides review. Ben Chiarot scored the goal that gave Kane the needed point to move ahead. That should have let us know how strange this game was going to be, where Kane's celebrating this point, this huge point off of a great play, but the entire bench knows it's offsides. It gets reviewed, it gets challenged, it gets waved back, and then the disappointment sets in. Then Ben Chiarot scores the goal that gave Kane the needed point to move ahead. It's a beautiful play. DeBrincat was involved. Copp comes into the zone. Nice passing play to DeBrincat. DeBrincat to Kane. They get it back to Chiarot, who steps into the puck. And you wonder why Chiarot's not shooting the puck more, because that was a really, really nice play to give Kane the point. The place goes crazy. You've got a tribute video from Mike Modano. Patrick Kane's hitting these milestones in a Red Wings jersey. And to be honest, Detroit's benefited from Kane's decision to sign with the team. You've got young players who get to watch a future Hall of Famer, how he goes about his business, even at this point in his career, the standards he sets for himself, and how hard he fights just to continue to play the game. The team's come together in a year full of milestones for Kane. You had 500 goals. Now you've got him as the points leader. And it's honestly helped to solidify the locker room. We saw the speech that Kane gave. We saw Larkin interacting with him. His milestones, his achievements have become the team's achievements. The fans are completely into this, and everybody seems to be getting closer. What Kane is accomplishing in his decision to come here has helped the team take a step forward as being a team. This point doesn't happen without Alex DeBrincat. And it was DeBrincat that carried this team into overtime and the shootout. DeBrincat had 2 goals 47 seconds apart, and the game-tying goal was one of the craziest things I can remember seeing. I put up the goal reel last night. I've talked about this before. The NHL still doesn't let you use clips in your regular videos, so the goal compilation reels are all demonetized, but I put those together just for fun. So go back to that reel and you can see it. DeBrincat just goes to the zone to dump the puck in. It looks like it took a bounce off the camera hole in the glass, and then it goes in on the goalie, bounces off his pad in the net. The crowd didn't react until the referee signaled that it was a goal. Nobody knew what was going on for that half a second. The place just exploded once it was in. And both of DeBrincat's goals came after they'd pulled Gibson. The team had looked flat for most of the game, for much of the game anyway. But once things were 6-on-5, they became a completely different team. They turned the tides. DeBrincat scored season goals number 29 and 30. He sits second on the team with 57 points. The line of DeBrincat, Kane, and Kopp continues to shine as Detroit's best. Kopp has been unbelievable for the last 2 months, and I was pretty harsh on him coming into the season, so he certainly changed my mind. But that line, without that line coming alive in December, we're not having the season we're having. Between them and Gibson, those were 2 huge moves forward. We're now at the point where there are just 3 games left before the break. Even though this was a huge point, Detroit has dropped 2 straight games. The Avalanche are coming to town, and the Red Wings need to find a way to snap this losing streak while playing against the best team in the league. But this version of Detroit makes you believe that they may be able to do just that. Tomorrow I'm going to take a closer look at the standings, at the points, and the final 3 games before the league shuts down for most of the month of February. Looking at this stretch of the calendar a week or 2 ago, I looked at these games against the Avalanche as, okay, you're probably not even going to get a point. I had looked at LA and Washington as games Detroit could and needed to win. Like I said, we're going to talk more about this tomorrow, but the Red Wings have to come back after this loss. They have to snap this losing streak. As of a week ago, I would have told you in this stretch, in the next 3 games, the best Detroit could hope for is 2 points. But again, we're going to talk about that more tomorrow. This was your 7-Minute Wings.